Sex, porn, love addiction is all about self-soothing to manage your emotions. It got set up back in the childhood development years. It's just not about sex. It's not about porn. It's all about the repeated use has set up the physiology to crave those dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, self-manufactured drugs in the body. It's impacting women, men, children aged 10 to 75 across all the age ranges, the sexes, the cultures, the professions. It increased exponentially during COVID lockdown and impacting so many lives. The Kairos Center has created the first online comprehensive sex, porn, love addiction. It's a video on demand recovery program which you can access from anywhere in the world and begin to see identifiable changes just within 6 weeks of beginning this weekly program. Kairos means your appointed time. Isn't it your time to reclaim your life? Bring colour back to life without shame. Click the link below and begin your journey. You owe it to yourself and to others. These next 2 sessions we're looking at trying to help you to better understand you. That's a very tall order, but let's see if we can do that. By the end of these 2 next sessions, I hope that you'll have a greater insight into why you do what you do. Are there drivers behind some of the actions that you find yourself taking that you don't fully understand? What I want you to understand as we go into this session is the fact that we, all of us, because we are human beings, have what we call core emotional needs. They are needs that go to the core of who we are, and they need to be met, and they want to be met. I'm talking about things like the need to feel a sense of acceptance, affection, appreciation, approval, attention, comfort, encouragement, respect, security, support. We need to have these top 10 core emotional needs kept pretty much topped up. If you were to view it as on a level of 1 to 10, we pretty much, in an ideal world, need to have these met constantly up to a level of 10. Now, that's idealistic, isn't it? We live in a world where there's lots of things being taken out of us. Road rage, somebody winding down their window, shouting some profanity. In the workplace, a client who complains, an appraisal that really feels more like criticism than valuing. It certainly doesn't feel like constructive criticism. It can demoralize us. All sorts of situations. I want you to understand though that we get these core emotional needs met in various what we call systems. I'm going to show you a document where there are various circles, and those circles identify the systems that we interact in. So, the extended family system that you are a part of, people that you interact in that family system. There's the workplace, the different people that you interact with in that place is another system. If you are a part of let's say a gym, the folks that you meet in that gymnasium are another system. Some other outlet that you attend where you interact with a different type of individuals, again another system. So what I'm trying to show you is all those different places that you interact with other people are systems, And each of those systems play a part in topping up, building up, keeping at a higher level those core emotional needs. But they also play a part in taking out, depleting our core emotional needs. And so this first exercise is about helping you to identify your top 3 core emotional needs. Which of these 10 do you identify as representing your number 1 most important core need? Is it to have a sense of acceptance, and the definition is there for each of these words, but essentially you give them your own definition as to what you think those words mean. Acceptance, affection, appreciation, approval, attention, comfort, encouragement, respect, security, support. Which of those top 10, lots of other core needs, and that's why these are top 10, but which of these top 10 do you identify as representing your number 1, your number 2, your 3rd most important core emotional needs? And so the homework for reflecting upon that comes out of this session is for you to just sit and reflect and consider. Now, be careful you don't become too intellectual, looking for evidence. Maybe you can just look at past patterns of behavior in your life that will actually help you to see and understand you a bit better, and you may be able to see why and how you have reacted in certain ways. Maybe the explanation has something to do with your core emotional needs are perhaps depleted and you're seeking to get them met. When you look at the sheet that I'll give you as a part of this homework, you will see on the left hand side, next to each of those words, is a little box. And down the left hand side it says myself next to each of those words. And what I'd like you to do, under the column going down the left hand side of myself, I would like you to put number 1 in the little box next to the word that you think is the word that represents your number 1 most important core need. Then put number 2 in the box next to the word that you think represents your 2nd most important core need, and the same for your 3rd. This is a really useful exercise for you to consider doing with your partner. And so down the right hand side you'll see a column headed partner. What you might want to do is identify which of those words do you think represent your partner's number 1 most important core need, which they would want to be met, their number 2 and their number 3. Now, I'm just explaining how you might want to do the exercise with a partner. Print off another sheet and do the exercise with them. But for now, for the purposes of this session and sex, porn, love, addiction recovery, I just want to work with the myself column. What I'd like you to do, having sat, reflected and chosen your number 1, your number 2, your number 3, I'd like you to just think about what does that word encapsulate for you? In a practical way, what does the need to feel approval mean to you?